right, let's create a document-based assessment. Now, the first thing I want you to know is that if you actually upload a document into Mastery Connect and your students are taking this test online, they will be able to download that document um, during the test. So please be aware of that because that does impact test security. And if that's important to you, you may want to do it a little different way. Now, you can set this type of assessment up without a document. So even though it's called document-based assessment, and that would enable you to create the bubble sheet that the students could fill out either on paper or online so that you can get that data into Mastery Connect. And it just doesn't have the actual questions on the computer, right? You would have to give that to them on paper. So let's cover all of that at once. We're going to start on the assessment tab. We're going to click the blue add assessment button. We're going to start by picking our subject area and our core, which needs to match whatever you have used in your map and your tracker. Okay. And then you're going to choose your class. Now, if you choose your tracker here, you'll have access to your custom standards in addition to all of the standards from your core. So that's nice. You can choose a specific standard one, or you can choose multi-standard if you want to assess more than one. And we're going to title it, give it a description, and then we're going to choose our assessment source. Now, if you choose to create, or I'm sorry, if you choose to upload a document here, you can use PDF, Microsoft Office, or OpenOffice, any of those. All right. There's also different places you can upload it from. If you have this stored in your Google Drive, you can use that. If you have it stored on your computer, you can use that, etc. Now, I'm going to choose no document for mine, and then you're going to have to set your privacy. So if you upload an actual document, then it would make more sense to share that assessment with the community, but you will be asked to make sure that it doesn't violate copyright standards, okay? But either way, if you choose private to my school, I just want to make you just aware, put this thought in your brain, that if for some reason you decided to transfer schools within the district at the end of the year, I hope not, but if you did, then you would lose access to this assessment once you change schools. So you want to make sure that you go back and fix your privacy settings before you were to leave your current campus. Okay, now I'm going to make that private to me. And this is stuck at question based, you'll notice, because it is no document. And now I'm going to pick the number of questions that I want to add. Now, it's not essential that I choose the type of question right here. I really just want to get the total number of questions that I want. Let's say I want 20, and I'm just going to click the plus button, because once I create this, I can go and change the question type of each individual question if I want to. Okay, this is where I'm going to enter my answer key, and if I change the question type, you'll see that it then gives me a little bit change in my bubble sheet. I can also change the number of points that all of these things are worth, and if I've chosen a multi-standard assessment, then I'm going to be able to choose the standard over here as well. Now, be aware that you don't want to include too many standards in one assessment, because down here on the next step, you are going to need to set a mastery and near mastery level for every single standard that you are assessing on this particular test. So just be aware of that as you create. Okay, you can delete questions here, and if you need to add more, just use this interface to repeat that process and add more questions to the list. All right, so once you set your mastery and near mastery levels, whatever those may be, then you're going to click the blue Create Assessment button, and your assessment is done. And then your next step is going to be to add this assessment to your tracker so that you can give that to your students.